Hi, how are you?
Well, welcome back to
Behind the
Behind the
scenes.
Scenes with Santa and Mrs. Claus. And today we're actually going to pick up from our last podcast.
Yeah, we kind of realized that we ran through that a little bit. I mean, didn't like we 90 miles an hour.
Yes.
And then we forgot a very unique experience.
Yes, actually, even before
Quite a
we
number
were,
of years
yeah,
before. Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
years before we were on TV, I actually had the opportunity to be on stage.
Yes.
And we at the time there was a very popular dinner show called Black Bear Jamboree,
Yes.
which is now Hatfield and
And
McCoy's
McCoy, yes.
dinner show.
Yeah.
But when it was the Black Bear Jamboree, they had a Christmas show,
Yeah.
and it featured me on stage. So another really unique Santa experience that I don't think I ever would have gotten the chance to do again, but as it was just the most fun I had. I swear to God, I did it for 2 years and just enjoyed
And
the
it
heck
was,
out of it.
correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there two shows, a
Yes,
matinee and an
yes,
evening?
yes,
A
matinee and evening.
evening
Yeah.
show, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a very busy season for me that year. So in addition to all the other things I was doing, but yes, I was on the Black Bear Jamboree. So if anybody's got an old video of that, I'd love to see it. So
Well, and then they also, because you were in that show, they had a number of billboards
oh yes,
featuring that as you drove into Sevierville Pigeon
and
Forge.
starring me.
Yeah, yeah.
I was in the center.
Yeah, so we
and that went on for years.
yeah,
afterward.
actually long
I mean,
afterwards.
like 5 years
yeah,
after
yeah.
I was done in the show, they were still showing the billboard with
Yeah.
me on it. So
I think until they really changed it from Black Bear to Hatfield and McCoy.
yeah, I mean, so really, when we talk about our unique experiences,
Oh,
we
that was
have done
certainly one of them.
things
Yes.
that
Yes.
could I can't even imagine how they happened and I can't even tell you exactly. I can't remember now how it happened, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't. We've been trying to think about how that occurred. But anyway, so
Well, and that's like I was also in that TV commercial. We were in that TV commercial
oh, that's
for the
right.
water park.
For yes.
Yes.
The wilderness.
The wilderness.
Wilderness,
yeah, wilderness
as
water
you're driving
park
into
in Sevierville.
Sevierville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we were
big,
actually on a TV commercial for that.
And we actually went down the slides.
Yeah.
And which was, I remember that one was quite a ways
hair
off.
raising experience.
And
yes.
We went down it, and then the cameraman said, "Well, I didn't really get the shot I wanted, so let's do it again."
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my gosh, go back
God,
up all
going
those
on
stairs and then down the tube.
We're not as young as we used to be on this stuff.
No,
so,
and then,
it was
then we had the
difficult.
wave, and then you got on a surfboard.
And then I got on a surf.
Yeah.
They actually had me surfing.
Yes, yes. Which
in the park,
which was interesting.
I'd never done it before.
No.
I'll never do it again. But yes. So all of that, I mean,
all of that
happened even before we went with Mountain Fun Life and started doing the TV program.
Yeah.
But we wanted to touch base on the TV program again and mention some of the people, because you can go and look at these videos.
Well, and the other thing, we again just briefly talked about that, but this is also inclusive of what we just talked about. There, when this area of Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg.
Hmm.
It has got so many
Oh,
attractions, live performances, museums. I just, the list goes on and on and on,
and
which
rides and
rides
rides and
well,
rides.
and I
You
think
talk
we
about your
mentioned,
mountain coasters and all of
yeah,
that
and of
stuff,
course
which we
Dollywood.
did ride.
Yeah,
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 and of
and
course
Dollywood is
which
there. Yeah.
which you
So,
could spend
and
a couple days there,
yeah,
and split at their water park.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, they
so
have a water park there. So I mean, in that, well, we don't remember exactly the how Joe got in the show. The reason that he was able to, though, was because there was that available at the time, and still is, of course. So that and the commercial that we did. So we kind of want to and encourage you, if you happen to be in the area, it is just a really wonderful
Oh, it
place
really is.
to visit, and there's just no end
Well,
to entertainment.
there is a reason that 14 million people
Yeah.
come to the Smokies
Yes.
every year.
Yes.
And that is part of it, is there's just so much to be done
Yeah.
and so many things to see. And you could go every year and see different things every year.
Exactly.
Eat at different places. I mean,
Places,
Paula
yeah.
Dean's has a place there.
Yes.
Of course,
Margaritaville.
Margaritaville is there
is
with
there.
the late Jimmy Buffett. But
Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
So just a wonderful.
Yeah, just not to mention, we took a biplane ride
Yes, and that was the result, of course, of our TV show.
with Mountain Fun
Yes.
Life. Yeah, they arranged that for
And
us.
they did. They
Yeah,
said,
with Mark Hightower,
Yeah.
who is out of Sevierville. Yeah.
And I gotta say, for Joe and I think that you've probably already seen that, and we'll see it in future things that we've done. We're we're pretty much game for most anything if it makes sense. And of course, neither one of us had ever. I never even sat in a biplane, let alone
Flew in one.
Flew in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But yes, so and we actually that particular thing that we did is on our visit with Santa and Mrs. Claus YouTube
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, so we want to talk a little bit about some of the folks that we did interview and give a little bit more time to explain who they were.
Yeah, and what they're doing
Yeah.
today. I
Yes.
mean, because believe it or not, a lot of that is still relevant
Yes.
as we speak right
Mhm,
now.
absolutely,
Even
yeah.
though it's been a few years since
Yeah.
the pandemic, but they're actually coming back now and doing some great things and have some fabulous shows.
Oh, they do.
Speaking of fabulous, let's talk about the Grand Majestic.
Oh yes. Yes.
The Grand Majestic, boy, you have your choice of shows there.
Yeah.
They even have a new one for 2024, which I haven't heard or seen anything about yet, but I'm interested. It's called the Grand American Opry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that
so,
sounds like fun.
Boy, if you like country music and that kind of thing, I guarantee you they're going to put on one heck of a show for
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when we had them on our TV program,
Yes.
I mean, my God, they had the Soul of Motown. Of course, they had the Elvis concert and the magician.
Yes, Terry Evans.
Terry Evans was the longest running magician
Yes.
in the Smoky Mountains.
Yes.
He's been doing this. Well, he started practicing magic when he was 10.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, just if I can, just a little bit on Terry. I mean, he's a Merlin Award winner. He's been endorsed by Harry Blackstone Jr. and David Copperfield. I mean, he's done shows all over the country. And like I say, and he basically makes his home in Pigeon. He has a haunted mansion even at Halloween. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I think I did know that, but yes, he's been there, and his
And of
show
course his
is
magic
fabulous. I mean, he's so good, and he did
is incredible.
on our TV show. He did do some magic,
Just a little
and he's
bit.
a very very lovely, personable guy. So we hope that,
Funny,
again you
oh,
watch one of those.
great
Yeah,
humor,
yeah,
and his cast that he has with him. Talk
Oh.
about talent.
yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh. I mean, he's got some incredible people helping him put on that show. And it really is just a lovely, enjoyable show.
It is. It is.
If you have a chance, you should catch him at the Grand Majestic because,
Yes.
boy, I'll tell you, he is excellent. But of course, all of their performers are at the Grand Majestic. They have some real blockbuster talent
Well,
there.
and I think we mentioned that again. You know, the live shows, at least certainly the ones that we've heard about or attended, are really really good.
Incredible.
The singers, the dancers, the choreography. You won't be disappointed.
No.
It's very professionally done, and you have a lot of fun.
Yep. And then, of course, some of the other people we've done. Well, I'll tell you what, before we mention the next one,
Yeah.
let's take a quick break
Yes, we're gonna have
and do a little
Yeah.
sponsor for
again
ourselves.
a word from our sponsors, which in this case is us. So
Yeah. So we'll be right back after
Yeah.
this.
stay tuned.
Are you looking for fun for the whole family? Well, then come visit me at my new Etsy shop, Santa's Magic Chest, where you'll find all kinds of fun things, and every day is Christmas.
We're back.
Here we are. So, the very next one I want to talk about is a gentleman by the name of Brian Hoffman.
Yes.
And he has his own theater in
Mhm.
Pigeon Forge, and it's called the Red Skelton Tribute Theater.
Yes.
And there's 3 different shows there, by the way.
Mhm.
But if you ever get a chance to catch Brian as Red Skelton, and even if you're not sure who Red Skelton is, man, you need to go to the show and see it because it's incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Just a little bit. I mean, just showing our age. Red Skelton had a TV program ever so long
In
ago
the
in
60s.
the 60s. I was going to say the 50s.
Well,
60s.
could have been in
Could
the
have been the
50s. Yeah.
Anyway, and he was a comedian, and he portrayed different characters,
Ah,
and so
hysterical. I mean,
Yes.
you were always in stitches
very, very, very funny.
watching this.
And so when you see the episode with Red Skelton, his portrayal there is
Oh, spot on.
yeah,
It's absolutely spot on. And the family of Red Skelton has, endorsed him and said, yes, absolutely, please continue to do this because it's a legacy that needs to be shown even today.
keeps his memory alive
yes.
because he was just a very, very funny fellow. So
And, I mean, he's had over 700 5-star reviews for that tribute. So, which just says something right there.
right,
I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
and just a lovely gentleman. And if you get a chance to look at the video
Yeah.
of us interviewing him, I mean, he shows up as Clem Cadiddlehopper, which
Yes,
is
is
one of his
characters.
most beloved characters.
Yeah.
And we even wind up doing his famous Pledge of Allegiance on a
Yes.
second video.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I invite you all to see.
Yeah,
if you
it's
even
very-
remember what the Pledge of Allegiance is, that might be a start.
That's
But-
of course for our U.S.
Yes,
You know.
and for international, I'll
Yeah.
tell you, again, one of the greatest comedians ever to grace the American
Yeah, he really was.
theater.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
Ah,
Funny guy.
Funny man.
Yeah.
So, and if you ever get a chance to watch some of the reruns, which they do show on occasion,
you should watch
you
it.
should
He was,
catch
yeah,
that because the original Red Scout, there was nothing like him.
No.
So anyway, and then of course, in addition to Red, we also had another legend,
Yes, which almost everybody knows.
and that would be Elvis Presley.
Elvis, yeah.
And
yeah.
we did a lot with a lovely young man by the name of Stuart Chapman.
Yes.
And you know, he actually is doing a show right now in Pigeon Forge, which is a tribute to Elvis and George Strait. So if you like country music or you like Elvis, boy, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's at the main event in Pigeon Forge.
Right.
But yeah, and I just found out that he's got a TV show coming up in Harrisburg, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
And that's going to happen in April.
Oh, all right.
So again, just look up Stuart Chapman in your internet, and you'll find him. He's out there, and
very talented young
talented
man. And again, if you watch the interviews with him, the first time we interviewed him, it was he just did a little short song. But subsequently we had him back, and he really, honest, if you close your eyes, you just think it's Elvis. He does a fabulous,
the whole way through. I mean, even talking.
Fabulous. Yeah. And
looks and sounds exactly like the king.
Yeah.
I mean, no question.
And he was a really good sport.
Oh, he was. And we proved that later on because Mountain Fun Life got us.
Well, got
me.
Uh-huh.
To take a ride in a Zorb.
Yes.
And if you don't know what a Zorb is, I invite you again to look at these videos because it's on there.
Yeah.
And it's a huge ball that you climb into and roll down a hill.
Yes.
And it's
got
filled
water
with
in it.
water.
Yeah, it's filled with water.
And Elvis and I went down, and I swear to God, I had a death grip on Elvis.
And really,
the poor guy, and he's trying to hold a GoPro during the time. And I mean, it's like, he's going, get off me, get off.
It is so funny.
Oh my God.
I mean, if you want a good belly laugh, and I mean a great belly laugh, you really, really should watch this. I mean,
and by the way, that Zorb is also in Pigeon Forge, so if you're really feeling adventurous, you can go ride that. So, and
I must admit, I'm glad they tapped Joe for that, and not me, because after they got out of that, it's like, oh, no, I don't think I really want to go.
How do you drown Santa? Well, let me show you.
Yeah.
But, and truly, Stuart was such
he was a good
sport, and just so much fun.
He really, because of course he got wet as well.
I mean, but even just watching the interview afterward.
Oh yeah,
he was hysterical. Yeah. I mean, he was just like, he was telling him what I was doing in that thing the whole time. So. But anyway, and again, all these videos are up there for you to take a look at. And we invite you to visit those. And please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do.
Yes.
Because we're aiming for a big number to come up. And as soon as we hit that number, we're going to start doing a couple live TV shows.
Yes, we really want to. You know, those that have watched on YouTube have been so kind and left some wonderful comments, and we're really feeling like we've got a relationship with you. Yeah. And so we thank you so much for participating and watching these and making comments and subscribing and. Absolutely.
Boy.
Yeah. I mean,
and we're just having a ball.
We are. We're
for a couple of old folk, this is as much fun as we can get nowadays.
Well, you know, if you can't laugh at yourself, you really
You're not having a good life.
no,
Yeah,
no,
so.
and that we've certainly had a lot of opportunities to
Mhm.
live ourselves.
Mhm. Yeah, wait, we're not done. We're not done. I
We
mean,
got
there's.
some real gems.
Ooh, wait till we tell you about Hawaii.
Yeah, we got some gems
We can't
coming up.
even mention that without
No.
smiles on our faces, thinking of all the different things we did out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
but
well, but thank you for joining us.
absolutely.
And of course, we do our podcast on the 10th and the 24th of the month.
Yes.
So we hope you'll enjoy. Well, yes, we do hope
We hope you enjoy it, but yeah, we hope you keep coming back. More importantly, keep coming back. We got more.
Yeah.
So, but and do take a look at those older videos.
Yeah.
And please,
yeah.
if you can support us by
Yeah.
going to either of our Etsy stores or buying, some of our books or
Yes.
merchandise,
Yes. Always appreciated.
we would
Always
we would be
appreciated.
very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
appreciative of that. So, and we look forward to seeing you on our next one,
Yes. Yes.
which will be the 10th of the next month.
Yeah.
So, and if you have any questions or any comments, keep
Yeah,
those
please.
comments coming. We
Yeah,
love
them.
responding
We
to
really,
that.
really love them. So
And,
yes,
and it
don't
really
stop
lets
doing
us
that.
know that you're enjoying
Absolutely.
it too. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so thanks so much for joining us at Behind the Scenes with Santa and Mrs. Claus, and we love you all, and we'll
Yes.
see you next
We'll
time.
see you next time. Bye-bye.